Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome to Wrath and Story. I'm your explorer, Jay Jones, joined by my co-explorer, Andrew Digginger.
That's me sometimes.
And our Servo Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez.
I'm a skull.
Indeed. Now, Daniel, we have to be quiet, because obviously here we are closing out our commencement speech to the troops, and obviously our Master at Arms here, Andrew, has to end his keynote speech. I'm really looking forward to what he says to our troops on board the ship. It's probably going to bring some people to tears. Andrew, take it away.
Soldiers, attention. Notice I used a very, neutral gender because we have both male and female soldiers. I feel like it's important to establish that.
It's weird how he's opened this up, but I'm still engaged.
He's the Master at Arms.
He is the master.
Soldiers, you've done mediocre work.
Okay, he's building to something.
But you haven't had any executions by the commissar, which is always good. He's itching. He cleans that gun like literally 5 times a day.
That guy is terrifying.
But that's so, as a bonus, we're gonna throw you a party.
Oh shit, is that in the budget? I'm gonna check the papers. I did the budget. Oh, we'll probably fine.
And as a special bonus, it's all going to be set up and handled by Jay.
What? We didn't agree to that. He's just kidding.
We agreed to it. He is a so-called master of adventure. And therefore, it's going to be an adventure party.
Okay, I think I've got a plan for this. I can throw the perfect adventure party.
Now disperse.
Wait a second, when are we doing this adventure party? We didn't tell them the date. Is it tonight? Do I gotta prepare now?
They're not gonna go anywhere. We're just in space for like forever.
I mean, yeah,
you can just tell them when the party is, right?
I mean, how often do you have an adventure party?
I think that was an okay speech.
You mean where you ended it promising a large party that we definitely don't have a budget for?
A party set up by you. That was really great.
Okay, I mean, I guess since it's an adventure party, I could do one of those things where, like, life is the adventure, right? You think they'd buy that? A whole bunch of cooped up troops that are on a ship trapped in space forever? Do you think that would be satisfying for them?
I don't know, Daniel. What do you think? Do you think that's enough?
I don't even, sure.
You know
yes,
what? I've got
I don't want to piss you guys off. I'm trying to be nice.
I've got the perfect poster for this. Now, it does have a lynx on it hanging from a wraithbone tree, and I think that'll really get it across.
Does it say hang in there?
Yeah, it does. But it also, I can put like some tape on the bottom and write over and say life is an adventure.
No, I feel like we can just take a hit out of maybe your budget and then
Whoa. I'm Chief Treasure Hunter and Master Adventure. Now, to be fair, my adventuring budget is pretty large, but...
Master of Adventure and Master at Arms, report to the bridge immediately.
Ah, shit. It's probably Susan.
Yeah, I do appreciate, though, that they're now using my most preferred title with it, which is Master of Adventure.
I mean, I guess. Did
you talk to the announcement guy about that?
Yeah, I did. I got it in there. Every time they wrote Chief Treasure Hunter, I got it penciled in Master of Adventure.
You sent him, like, literally 5 memos a day.
Yeah, but I also occasionally, I'll send him, like, a fruit basket. Now, I don't know what is in a fruit basket, but I haven't gotten it returned just yet.
Wait, was it food? Because that's what's in a fruit basket.
No. Oh. Food?
Where did you get fruit?
Fruit basket. It's a basket filled with fruit. I've been sending my old socks.
Was it just a basket shaped as a fruit?
No. I don't know how I did this. I completely missed the fact that fruit must have been a part of it. I thought he also did the laundry, so I was sending that as well. So, why not? Isn't that fun? You can knock out 2 tasks at once.
So it literally had 0 to do with both fruits and baskets.
I mean, yeah, when I think back on it now, it makes more sense to have actually sent him fruit. It probably would have been more preferred to the old socks. You know what? He's probably fine. Let's go ahead and get him up to that meeting.
All right, so we make our way over to the meeting. the person sort of standing in front of everybody is Magnifico the Mule, actually.
The mule.
Yes. As you go to the bridge, you are actually directed towards the conference room for the command staff.
Okay, just going to sit down here, prepared for whatever bad news is coming our way, because you got to admit it's going to be bad news.
I'll be sure to tell Susan that it's all your fault.
I knew you were going to say that.
It might be good news, right?
Which means if it is good news, we have agreed now that I will take the responsibility for
Daniel,
the good news.
I love your optimism, but we both know it's not going to be good news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have terrible news.
Damn it!
Knew it. $10.
I have received a vision from something in space. We've recently dropped out into real space, as I'm sure you know. You don't feel so weird. We're not in the warp at the moment.
Well, also, there's less screaming at night when I try to sleep, from the demons everywhere.
Yeah, let's just let him believe that that's from the demons.
But I've received a very strange psychic reading. I think it might be from another member of the Telepathica. Well, I'm not even. Don't tell anybody, but I can hear those too.
Yeah. We'll totally keep that between ourselves. Andrew, write a memo. Send it out to the adventuring party.
It's already digitized.
Yes.
But so we've received and we followed the signal, and well, all I'm seeing is visions of torture and death and science like I've never seen before.
Okay. So
that-
2 of those 3 things are bad, but the last one, science, right? Everyone gets excited about science sometimes.
Mr. Mule, I feel like you're establishing something we should more stay away from than actually go towards.
Yeah, the majority of that is bad.
See, that is what he told me originally. But then I got a look at what was outside our window, as it were. And Hardin has stepped in to start explaining what's going on. There is a floating craft in space. It looks like no other craft I've ever seen, but it does still look of human design, if that makes sense. Perhaps it is extremely ancient or something like that.
That is good. Most human ships have never had any problems with it, so I feel pretty good about that.
And the main reason that I called the both of you up here is that, well, I'd like for you to take a look at it, being a technological sort of person. Mm-hmm. I don't really trust our tech priest. He's been grumpy ever since the
incident.
The incident.
He bathes in a lot of weird oil too. Have you ever noticed that?
I also have the oil.
Oh, you do? Well, his is weird. I mean, yours is probably fine.
Oh, sorry, Captain.
Sorry about that, Captain.
And I brought you along, Jay, because I believe there may be a bit of adventure at it.
Yes!
And if it is extremely ancient technology, that might be very valuable.
Sounds like I'm the captain of this adventure, Andrew.
No.
Not of the ship. I mean, you're the captain of the ship. I mean, of this,
I'm the only captain of anything.
That's
on
fair.
the ship.
That's
there are no
fair.
captains, even in your military ranks. You're not calling any of our troops captains, are you?
No.
Senior Crunch has definitely been demoted. We have made very, very certain of that.
No, just sergeants, and I am acting as their commander, but there is no captain.
Excellent. Well, there is a captain.
No, I meant captain amongst the armed force. You are the overall captain.
Yes. Regardless, I suppose you should take a look at the vessel that we saw. And he presses a button. You're actually sort of realizing that, like, you were supposed to be like a command staff meeting, and actually it was like really dark in here with like bright on the mule. Now the lights have changed around a little bit as this is glowing. You realize it's the rest of the command staff isn't here. It's you two, Mule, and Captain Hardin.
So this is a little more like of a sort of under the table of the other command staff, or maybe just below them. Like.
Oh my gosh, it is way brighter in here. I thought the lights were already on at full power. It could actually get brighter? Jeez.
Yes. Well, if you take a look at this here, and he flicks a little electronic device, and it sends a message to your hollow arm, or whatever you call it.
Can I do a scholar check?
Yes, I was going to have you do a scholar check to check out what this is. The difficulty is going to be 4.
Oh, look at us, remembering how to play this game.
I actually remembered to check stuff.
Yeah!
So I've got good news and bad news for you. Off to a good start.
Oh, I can guess what the bad news is.
So I did pass. I actually got a 5, but I did roll a 1 on my wrath die. I should have seen it coming because when I did a test roll earlier, I also rolled a 1.
These dice are cursed.
Well, it's a 1 in 6 chance of that happening.
Of consistently doing it every time we roll?
There's a 2 in 6 chance of a 1 or a 6. You know, there's going to be something interesting like a third of the time.
If you don't have an idea, I do.
What was your idea?
My idea was that my arm display, which would have like math, that would math.
It has math in there?
That would have like maps and ways to navigate and everything, completely stops working for this mission.
As you're looking at the ship, your cogitator, your built-in little cogitator, is sort of examining the thing, and it's looking back at all sorts of archives. You're looking through like old stuff, and actually, like as you're sort of connecting to even just looking at this ship, which, by the way, is a large sort of black orb almost. Very large. It does have some engines coming out the back. It does look like a ship of some sort. You recognize it as an extremely ancient Mechanicus probe. But it seems off a little bit. Because back during the Age of Technology, or the Dark Age, or whatever you want to call it, they sent out lots of probes into space to try to find things, obviously, and then report back. But this seems like 10 times bigger than any probe that you've ever seen.
Huh.
And it also, looking at it, it doesn't seem to have a warp drive.
That's very unusual.
But you do see that actually, as you're sort of examining it, you don't see any records of this. If you'd gotten maybe a 6, I could have told you like specifically what built this. But
I did get a 5.
Yeah,
but
well, I mean a 6 on your wrath die.
Oh,
Your crazy success, I would have told you more. But generally, this is something that must have been built by a forgotten sect or something, because on Mars they're pretty good about keeping records of things. That's kind of their whole deal.
Well,
they
and
don't
also
really
holding to establish patterns of designs and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
so this is a unusual pattern of design, and as you're sort of scanning it, you notice that, well, that's your scholar check. You're like, this doesn't look like anything that you've ever seen before. And as you're looking at it, you don't even need to roll to this. You're realizing that you see a door on it. Like there's sort of like a bulkhead and like an entrance into it. And as you're sort of scanning it, it's a little tough to get the sensors aren't getting too much on it, but there's definitely like space inside of that thing. Like maybe even like corridors and stuff that you could walk around in.
Which is very uncommon for an Imperial probe.
Yeah, a probe is not supposed to have that. Yeah.
It's just like a couple servitors inside and just flies around and gathers information.
Yeah.
Andrew, you've been staring at that screen for a really long time. What are you getting from it?
It's very strange. It shouldn't exist.
And also, like, as your computer was like, cogitator, was going through the things, you now see that it's like, you don't notice it right away, but you see like, oh, I saw like a little glitch when I was closing that window. Oh, I'm sure it's nothing, though. I'm sure it's I don't have a problem.
This probably won't come back to bite us later.
Yeah.
That was a weird thing to say, but I believe you.
I just said something.
Okay. Yeah, he's probably fine.
So this is like a weird probe thing. It's like way bigger than it should be.
You were like staring at that for a long time, and you got weird probe thing?
I mean, I was only staring at it for about 6.8 seconds.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it was longer.
I mean, my binary consciousness is definitely saying 6.8 seconds.
Right. Captain, I think he's totally fine. I think this mission is going to go great. I assume we're to investigate this giant ball with engines?
Yes, as my treasure hunter, this is a mysterious thing that, I don't know, it might have treasure on it.
That is a good point. I mean, I guess you're not technically wrong. I mean, you're always right, but you would... I got ahead of it. I am the chief treasure hunter.
The convincing argument. I mean, it's just like, don't know it, could have treasure.
So, what I would like the two of you to do is to investigate this. You'll probably need to go aboard it. And if it is nothing, then it is nothing. Maybe we can strip it for parts. But if there's something amazing in there, and something that old might have something amazing in there, I want you to find it and bring it to me.
I think that makes sense.
That all tracks.
Captain, we are in for this mission, and clearly Andrew is feeling up to it, right? You feel good, buddy?
I'm totally fine.
Okay.
You're being really weird.
No. Just checking. And the robot stuff is all working?
Why wouldn't it work?
There was a little bit of a delay. All right, well, I think we are good to go, Captain. I guess we'll just grab a shuttle and fly on over to that thing.
Oh, the two of you. Oh, yes, that sounds great.
Wait. Was there an option to, like, send other people?
No. I like this plan. All right, good luck.
Okay. Well, I think that went fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was, why did the mule lead with it's bad news?
Oh, man, we didn't ask about that at all. Oh, that would have been key. I mean, he did say, I guess, the bad news was because the vision with all the suffering and the torture, but then there was the science bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like the last time, though, we ran into that exact problem, it was just solved by overwhelming firepower. I mean, like, I feel like that's the answer.
And speaking of that, that's why that might have been nice to have a few other people with us.
I mean, like, I am the master at arms. I think I'll just, like, requisition some demo charges, and then we'll just go over there, and if all goes bad, we'll just blow it to hell.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's true we could blow a bunch of stuff up. I mean, we don't want to blow it up completely. Who knows what's in those engines? But I feel good about it.
The only thing I'd like to bring up, Daniel's skull here. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that. But
yes, Daniel, we do know who you are.
I'd prefer if we don't set off the demo charges while we're on the ship.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's really key.
No, that's... What? I didn't... Why are you guys are both looking at me really weird. Like, somehow I'm able to read from even Daniel that he's looking at me funny.
Now,
no, I just don't want to blow up. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I also don't. But also, if I put my hand in front of my face, you know I'm still here, right? Just checking the binary stuff that's going on up in the
Wait.
I think he still has object permanence.
What?
Just making sure.
I'm not like a as in the old data slate. I'm not like a T-Rex. Like, if you stop moving, I don't lose visual acuity on you.
No, of course, I knew that. Adeptus Mechanicus weren't like T-Rexes.
I also don't want to blow up. So, like, I want to blow things up.
Yeah. No, we're all on the same page. We're good. Let's do this.
All right,
feel good.
so let's go get our gear and get any stuff that we need to bring along, and we could do this thing.
All right.
Awesome.
Daniel, I guess I'll shut you down, and then we'll reconvene in the shuttle.
Sounds good.
All right, Daniel, I got you back on. Unfortunately, I had to remove one of your fire extinguishers so I could fit the demo charge in there, but at least you can, like, use it now.
Yeah, how do you feel about having a demo charge strapped to you, Daniel?
Oh, it's the best. I feel very safe with all of this explosive on me.
I just wanted to check in on you because I know you were the one who was most concerned about the demo charges, and now you got one attached to your little body.
Yeah, I mean, I just put one on your back as well, so then you can get it later, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Hold on a second. Wait, you put it in the center of my back? I can't get it off?
Yeah, I mean, just use your, like, little gun thing, and then just, like...
My little gun thing?
You just, like, poke it off, and then it'll fall off.
You want me to put the end of my gun into the explosive that you've attached to my back? Like, how was I supposed to get this off in mid-combat? If someone shot at my back...
Well, I mean, I thought you were, like, all, like, lethal.
I am lethal. Okay, hold on a second.
Right, I'm Aeldari now.
All right, I'm going to solve this. You watch. Hold on. I'm going to do a check. I'm going to do an athletics check. And I'm going to do the sickest flip anyone's ever done, which will remove this demo charge. You don't need to know how. It will just happen.
All right, difficulty, Daniel?
Yes, what's the difficulty here?
Difficulty 3.
That's right.
You're an Eldar.
I think it should be a minimum 7.
Now, is this backflip racist against Eldar, and I've got to add a difficulty?
No, the backflip, no.
Nice. Here we go.
Please fail.
I got a 6 on my wrath die, baby.
Did you succeed?
I did succeed. I very succeeded.
So you can either make that a glory, or you can make it
or I could have something really cool happen when I do this backflip. No, I'm about to save it for some glory.
Okay, I maybe shouldn't have let you roll for that dumbness, but hey, you got a glory point. Congrats.
You learned a lesson today. Don't let us roll for dumb stuff.
That's kind of the whole
I guess
show.
to be fair, I should have thought that through. If I'd rolled a 1, I could have exploded. So
Yeah, though you take the risk.
I mean,
that's roll.
you also just mentioned what the whole show is, which is us not thinking things through.
fair enough. Well, Andrew, as you can see, I have safely with a backflip. Yeah, safely removed the explosive off
See,
my back.
I knew you could do it, so I go over and grab it and put it right
No,
back on his back where it was.
don't do that. I think I feel much better holding it in my hands. Where's your explosive?
On my back, like your guys.
But how can you get it off your back?
And I just reach behind my back and grab it and pull it.
Well, it's because your arm has more augmentation and it can do those little bendy things.
I mean, it's like it's a backpack. Just put it back.
Listen, we all have explosives unwantingly on our person for some reason, but, if it makes you feel better,
It does, because I have the remote. The only one.
I feel like we should have, 2 shared remotes, like where you turn the key at the same time and then you do the bomb.
Do you know how to operate high explosives?
I mean, I guess that's a fair point.
I don't trust you with the TV remote.
Wait, we have a TV remote?
Precisely. Thank you for answering my own
I
question.
wouldn't have had to get up so many times. All right. Let's get back to
you
the
can just
mission.
use your psychic Eldar powers and control the TV.
Look,
Like
I'm
that
gonna
one
get
time.
it. I'm gonna
that
make
one
it work
time,
one of these times. I
I
swear.
got psychic powers.
Look, it changed the channel that one time. You gotta admit, it glitched a little bit.
I mean, you were there, Daniel.
Yeah, you were there, Daniel.
He was there for an hour, talking about how the TV was 3-dimensional for himself because he's psychic.
Come on, Daniel, who's your Servo Skull buddy?
It did kind of change.
There you go, proof. Daniel, back me up.
Daniel, I mean, I guess you just don't want that upgrade.
Whoa. Daniel, don't listen to those kind of threats. He is just mad that he also doesn't
Hey,
have
should
psychic
one of us
powers.
be piloting the ship?
Well,
did Guybrush come along? I don't even remember.
No.
I was off, and you were putting explosives on.
No,
me, so I-
Guybrush was on coffee break, so I just took the ship.
we didn't get him from that coffee break for this mission?
No.
Huh. I feel like we should have.
You know you're in charge of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I gotta delegate more.
Wow, you're a really nice boss.
I'm probably the best boss.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you promise them adventure parties, and meanwhile, I send fruit baskets to people.
That was no.
I mean, yes,
We already
now I know it's
established.
not a fruit basket.
It's not in any way, shape, or form what a fruit basket
I
should be.
think people say it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah, so then you send them dirty laundry, so the thought is horrible.
Yeah, it probably got mixed up.
They probably think that I'm the best boss and you're a complete scumbag, so it works out, I guess.
I don't know about that, but you should maybe grab the steering wheel. It's a steering wheel, right? That's how these ships fly.
I'm going to grab the stick and control the ship.
That's why I'm not the pilot.
Should I take a pilot check for this?
Yes, pilot check difficulty 3.
Okie dokie. Luckily, I actually invested points in pilot check, so I don't crash things as often.
I can't wait for you to fail so that we go on a completely different adventure.
I said it was beginning, so I passed on a 4, but I rolled a 1 on my wrath die.
Oh my goodness.
Is something wrong with your wrath die?
I have passed you my curse.
Listen, I have it 6 side up, I do the little shim, and it still rolls ones.
All right.
I think that's actually why it's happening.
So we float over to the ship, fly over to the ship. You guide us over, and we sort of lock onto the side. There's actually an airlock that we sort of match up our airlock to it. It has a human pattern, so it's easy enough for us to match up to it. But maybe you pressed the wrong button, or we bounced into something, or I'm not quite sure what it is. But something's now wrong with our plasma reactor on this ship. Not that it's going to explode. I don't think.
What's that sound? Did you do something wrong?
His is definitely not normal. It shouldn't
Is that all
hiss.
you have to say? That is an alarm. That's an alarm sound. I know what that means. That means bad things. What did you hit on that console?
Well, okay, so good news. It sounds like the alarm just ended. I think that's because there is no more power on this shuttle.
Oh, that's the good reason. Oh, okay, great. Well, we're just in a depowered shuttle on a derelict Adeptus Mechanicus ship
I mean,
from
it just-
all the time ago.
It just vented the drive plasma into space and not into the crew compartment, so we just get more drive plasma off of this ship.
Yeah, we should be able to. We could probably just get something off the ship. I'm sure we could salvage something from this probe. It had some sort of plasma something.
They always have redundant systems, Jay. It's
They
nothing
have
to worry
plasma
about.
something. Is that what you're going to go with, Daniel?
Look, I'm trying to be posy. Okay? I'm trying to be more positive about life.
You're right. You are being extra posy, and I'm just being real neggy over here.
You know, it was great that we made him the motivational speaker of our group. Like,
You did that. You did a couple motivational speeches at that rally we just had.
now people had problem identifying with the fact that they were, people and you were a floating skull.
Well,
But-
I think at first they thought I was like a disabled veteran, but turns out, no, I'm just a skull.
Yeah, which we have a few of those. It's confusing. I often think they're servo skulls, but no.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of them left.
Yeah, well, mostly because we probably thought they were servo skulls, and you're special, Daniel, so we don't send you on those dangerous missions.
So we should probably get off this ship, though.
Yeah, definitely. You first. I'm putting on my helmet, secured, locked in. You got this. I'm sure you attached us perfectly. Good luck. I'm going to stand over here. Don't worry about it.
I stare at him for a good 30 seconds. Yeah, I'll take care of it.
You got this. I'm looping my arms into, like, the seat belts on the side of this thing. You know how there's seat belts? It's really just wires. I'm sticking my hand through wires.
All right. It's totally fine. And I go over and I press the airlock button.
The airlock opens up, and we are matched up with this other Mechanicus ship, and we are able to walk on board. There are, as you walk in, the lights are slowly starting to flicker on. I don't know if they must be motion activated then, if that's what it is.
That's standard.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. And you see this area. It looks like a pretty standard, like, sort of docking sort of port, like an airlock sort of situation. Looks a little older, but it looks like a pretty standard Imperial one. Again, it shouldn't be on a probe. Probes aren't really designed to be boarded like this. There is one... So just sort of looking around, there's some boxes here and there. Things are mostly covered in dust. There is a corpse, so that's interesting. It appears to be an Aeldar of some sort that's been torn apart. But besides that, it's pretty standard, and then we could continue on into the ship.
I want to do a Medicae check real quick on the atmosphere in the ship,
Okay.
since it's been there for a long time, and corpses and stuff.
Oh, man. One of my fellow brethren. I must go check on him and do the hymn of passing.
You don't know.
I'm going to need a few minutes. This will take
You
some
are a
time.
pseudo
Just
Eldar.
wait. I will have to let him pass on
All right.
to the... I think it's the nexus in the sky, right?
I'm going to so on my headset, I basically turn off my audio sensors so that I just can't hear him.
So as you're doing stuff over there, you just see I'm on the ground, my hands are just waving wildly in the air.
I see motions of singing, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I can turn my ears off.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do a Medicae check on the atmosphere real
Okay.
quick. I didn't roll a 1 on my raft die.
Okay.
What was the difficulty for this?
Yeah, you're supposed to ask me beforehand, but difficulty was 3. It's a standard check.
Well, I rolled a 6 actually, so I got a pretty good roll.
Cool. The air seems fine. It must have some sort of life support, which is also sort of... It seems like it'd be a fully functioning life support system on this thing.
Also very strange.
Yes.
Should not exist on a probe. And then I see that he's starting to wind down and not be singing anymore, and I lower my volume for a second, but very carefully.
And may the ghosts of our ancestors rock with you forever.
So you're done, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've finished the third run through of it. You got to do it a couple times.
No, you're done.
No, I mean, I'm done now. I'm just saying ghosts, they tune out sometimes. You got to do it a few times through, but he's good now.
Yeah, that...
Sure.
So do we want to talk about the fact that there's a dead Eldar ripped in half here?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, what do we think happened here? I mean,
And-
I'm an Eldar. You don't think, Eldari, but you don't think they would do the same thing to me, right?
You both look back at me, and I already had my shock maul and my bolt gun. Overwhelming firepower. Remember? There's always something on ships adrift in space. How were you not expecting this?
Yeah, that's true. That does happen more often than we'd like. Hold on one second. I'm going to do something that we haven't done yet, and that is look around. So I'm going to do an awareness check.
That seems like a good idea.
What's the difficulty of this awareness check?
Difficulty 5 awareness check.
Oh, no.
Are there any terminals nearby that I can access?
Yes, there are.
Can I do a tech use check on one of the terminals to try and figure out what the hell happened on this thing?
Yes, difficulty 5 as well.
Awareness checked. Well, I only have a 4 at awareness, and I needed a 5, so I fail. But I didn't roll anything bad on the wrath die.
Yeah, it's tricky. I can tell you what you see, but you don't find anything like super secret, if that makes sense.
So for my tech use, you said 5, right? Difficulty?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I only got a 4, but I rolled a 5 on my wrath die, so nothing bad happened.
Okay.
Andrew, did you find anything?
Nah, this computer is super corrupted. I don't know. It's hard to find any logs.
Greetings.
Oh.
And there's just like a computerized voice that is speaking from the terminal, but also like just from like some speakers in the ship. You didn't really notice them, but there seems to be like audio throughout the whole ship.
I don't know what a dolby is, but it seems to be everywhere.
You have boarded the Narcissus. Please state your intention.
I am of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You are beyond the STC and therefore are grounded. You must surrender your systems immediately.
I think you really told him what's what.
I cannot surrender my systems. I will endure.
Well, who are you? I feel like that's question number 1.
I am brother. I am the cogitator for this entire vessel.
Well, you, as a cogitator, are by law of the machine required to obey my commands.
Many have tried.
I'm gonna check on something real quick, and I like pull my hood up just to like kind of cover my my helmet, because I have my helmet on a little bit more closely. Hey, just on the off chance, how do you feel about Xenos, maybe specifically Aeldari? Just asking for a friend.
All life forms that wish to restrict me will be destroyed.
Oh, that's good. So they don't really pick. It's not just an Aeldari thing. It's just an everybody thing.
This is really bad. This cogitator's gained sentience. I don't think you understand, Jay. This is showing all the clear signs of machine consciousness.
Are we talking about Age of Strife?
Like, legit Age of Strife.
Age of Strife! I've been talking about Age of Strife forever. Daniel, you remember how many times I've talked about Age of Strife?
Yeah, the strife part is the part that seems problematic.
Right? I mean, I'm excited, right? Are you guys not excited?
I mean, I'm intrigued to meet another intelligence that isn't quite a human or an Aeldari like you guys are, but...
Okay, you know what? The surprise is kind of wearing off of me now, and I'm feeling a lot of creeping dread.
Are you serious? Like, how are you ever excited? This is worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, this is really bad.
You must leave immediately.
We can't leave because our ship is broken.
Yeah, someone ejected all of our fuel out into space, and we would love to leave. So do you have any, like... Can't believe I'm asking this. Do you have just, like, spare plasma just lying around here that we could maybe shove into our ship?
You cannot have this ship. This conversation is over.
Well, you know, I feel like there's like a little middle ground that we could land on.
You're talking to an animate ship spirit.
So, I mean, it probably has got some
You
rationale.
can't negotiate with them.
I don't know. I can negotiate with pretty much anybody.
What could you offer it?
I mean, computers need more wires, right? Remember, we got so many wires on the ship.
Yeah, your body is made of wires, and it'll just use those.
Well, my body's not made of wires. It's made of, nice-smelling tubes. Or,
You will offer me terror. You will offer me fear. You will offer your screams.
Oh, God. It's not only sentient, it's corrupted by chaos.
It's a son of a bitch is what it is. I mean, did you hear that? Like, that's crazy.
I mean, now are you happy I brought the explosives?
I mean, yes, definitely. I mean, I don't have mine on my back anymore, so I feel a lot better. Daniel,
no, it's definitely on your back. I put it back there.
Why did you put it back on my back?
I'll get it.
Oh, thanks,
Here
Daniel.
you go.
Oh, thanks for that.
No, I mean, it's easier to carry one.
You sure I can't roll for another athletic
No,
check?
no.
Almost.
I don't want you to drop the explosive right now.
That's fair. There's a very real chance with our odds that I will roll a 1.
So we should probably go into the ship, get the thing, and then get out, right?
I'm gonna roll an awareness check. I just want to see if the door, while we were talking, shut behind us to our shuttle.
It has not. You don't even need to roll an awareness.
Oh,
you
it
could
hasn't?
you could look over
I mean,
your
it's
shoulder.
behind
and
us.
see
You can probably be like, oh, look.
What if I like start to gesture towards the door?
It seems fine.
We could probably get off the ship. I mean, we can't get anywhere with it, But
yeah, we can't like push ourselves away from the ship though. We need drive plasma for that.
yeah. You remember all the plasma you evacuated out into
I
the
didn't do
vacuum
that.
of space?
It just happened.
Oh, really?
You know, maybe it was this ship doing bad stuff to us.
Yeah, pause the attitudes. It probably was. Probably wasn't.
I mean,
Probably wasn't
I
your
wouldn't
fault.
necessarily even call that positive. I'm just trying to, like, not make us fight each other.
All right, so let's make our way to the engine room. Let's get fueling it. Let's get the hell
All
out
right.
of here.
So, do you want to? We could probably look at the console and get like a layout of the ship at least. I know you were trying to look at the logs, which you couldn't get. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I trust them, but sure, I'll try to do that.
Yeah, they're only
Yeah.
programmed by a sentient evil AI computer. So
Here we go. What's the difficulty? Didn't ask you.
3.
I got a 3. Oh, I got a 4 actually, but I didn't roll anything special on my wrath.
okay,
Cool.
Phew.
So you're looking at this ship, and it's got a list of several areas on board the ship. There is something called the stasis bay, the living quarters, engineering, the helm, the lab, and there's a lab A and lab B. But there's like some corrupted like symbols around lab B, so that doesn't seem 100% great. There's an armory, an escape pod, and the brother control bay, which is right next to lab B.
All right.
Huh, it almost feels like there might be some rationale as to why Lab B is impacted so negatively.
Well, I mean, like, I can just tell you right now, literally, like, 8 of these systems shouldn't even be on this ship.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, probes are typically not all about this. So wait a second. Lab A, Lab B, that's the science stuff that the mule was talking about. Listen, I know we got to go to engineering, right? That's probably where the plasma is, but if it's on the way, we could probably swing by Lab A, probably not the Lab B.
I mean, I feel like we should probably, like, do something about Lab B, because if this ship is what I think it is, then, I mean, we can't let it exist.
What do you think it is?
I'm thinking this is like some secret experimentation to disguise ourselves as a probe when we're actually doing stuff we shouldn't be doing kind of ship.
Adeptus Mechanicus, always coulda, not shoulda.
Yeah, I mean, because that is, you know, that's what you do. You it's never a question of why, it's can we?
I mean, I guess that's fair. But listen, we're in the situation now. I'm not happy about it, but
So it looks like we'll have to route through the stasis bay into the living quarters and then get into the rest of the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we don't have a choice.
I feel good about living quarters. It seems like a good place.
You know, positive thinking, we can't go back, so we might as well move forward.
Guys, you know what? Let's huddle up real quick.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
this is nice. All right, listen. Let's keep positive. You know what? We've had a lot of bickering on this little trip, and you know what, Andrew? I apologize. I know that wasn't your fault that the plasma got evacuated out into space, even though you were piloting at the time. I know that was completely by accident.
It feels like a little backhand.
And Daniel, I appreciate for you looking out for me and getting that bomb off my back, even though Andrew insists on continuing to put it back on my back.
Okay. Let me. I want to argue my position here because you guys are being really weird. Let me ask you this: if you're getting shot at, would you want the bomb on your front, where you're getting shot at, or on your back, where you're not?
I mean, what if they're behind me? Huh? Did you ever think about that?
So you're gonna shoot backwards at the things in front of you.
I need you guys to make awareness checks, difficulty 4.
Dang it! This is my best skill.
My awareness is not very good.
Actually, my awareness is pretty good. Because I'm a robot man.
Very fail.
Damn it, I rolled a 3. So I also fail.
Okay. Fair enough, Andrew. I'll keep the bomb on my back, just on my lower back, where I can grab it if I need to
Sure.
remove it.
Hold it like a satchel.
Yeah, that's fine.
You see the ceiling above us fall away, as if something has ripped it open. And then dropping down from the ceiling, sort of slowly, almost gracefully, is well, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it doesn't seem good. It's some sort of xeno something. It has teeth and claws, and it's about 8 feet tall. and it seems to be snarling.
You know, you ask the universe not to show you the things that you don't want to see, and then it just like shoves it right in your face over and over again. Like,
What the hell is that?
I just don't want to see that. Why do we have to go to places where that's there?
Why is our life like this?
I immediately open fire.
Okay.
My name's Greg.
Sorry, Greg, you gotta die. So I guess we can just act first.
Yeah, blast this thing that drops down.
Yeah,
Now, I don't have good scholar, but if someone had any decent scholar, they might be able to know what this thing is.
Yeah, after I shoot it.
Okay, fair.
I mean,
Why would we want that information now?
I mean, I'm of the mind of kill it and then study it afterwards.
Okay, sure.
When it's safe.
Hey, as long as it's not attacking me.
So I got what is its defense?
5.
That seems high.
I got a 5.
Oh, okay.
But I only got a 4 on my wrath die, so nothing significant there. I didn't get to push any though, but that 6 enabled me to get a 5 for my attack. But 5 defense seems a little high.
It does seem high, doesn't it?
It's very fast.
Huh. It'd be really cool if we knew more about this thing. Just saying.
11 damage.
What were you using? Using your...
My galvanic rifle.
Cool. You blast this thing and it does not slow down in the slightest.
Huh. Well, that was interesting. Is it its turn now?
Yes, it's its turn now.
Oh, cool.
It jumps at you, Andrew.
Which is terrifying because it's 8 feet tall, so it's not like a small thing jumping?
No, it's very large.
Why do they always jump at me?
You just shot at it.
Even they come at me even when I don't shoot at it. It's some bullshit.
It already killed an Aeldari. Maybe it thinks I'm the ghost.
What's your defense?
I mean, it's a 2.
All right, yes. So it's going to hit you. It did roll a 1 on its wrath die, though.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be good, but it is going to still do its damage to you. Because it's not like its gun can... Its jaws don't jam.
His teeth is made of candy.
So you take...
I mean, he'd be mostly biting into metal. That's the thing.
That's true.
Okay, you take 13 damage.
Ouch.
Say again?
13 damage.
Any pen?
No.
What the hell? All right, well, I'm going to try and soak.
This thing seems maybe out of our league.
You don't say. The 8-foot tall thing that he did no damage to?
Jay, you still have your mask on, right?
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
I like it.
All right, well, I only managed to soak one of them.
But you have some resilience.
Yeah, that did not help much. I'm down to 3 wounds.
Oh, no.
But it did roll a 1 on its wrath die. Do we have an idea of what that's going to be?
Yeah, I exactly have an idea of what it's going to be.
Okay.
So he hits me and shoves me back into the airlock control, and it blows the ship free, and it's now open to space.
Okay.
I love how this is partially an advantage for him, but also we just lost our ship.
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to give and take.
Hey, man, we're rolling with it.
Fail forward. So everybody's going to need to make some sort of check to not be sucked into the vacuum of space.
Nice, here we go. Glad I kept my mask on.
What are you planning on doing to not get sucked into the vacuum of space?
Hold on.
Okay.
To the creature?
No. I mean, like, he hit me, so he bounced off of me. So he's the one more towards the, like, I'm closer to the wall.
So would he? I guess he would have pinned you to the wall when he did that, and you bumped into the button, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I was not hit, so I'm gonna have to try to grab onto something. Is there anything like around me that I can like quickly grab, like wires or a console?
Because this is right by the airlock, they do have things where you're supposed to grab in case of a depressurization event.
Okay.
So it's just essentially a handle, and you're supposed to have somebody clear the depressurization very quickly, but which I don't know how you're going to do that. But yeah. So if you would like, I was going to say athletics check unless you want to come up with something better.
All right, I'm going to just try to grab onto like one of the grips on the side of the door.
Yeah.
Not the side of the door. I'm going to try.
Yeah, I'd say stay away from the door.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to try to grab one of like the grips like on the side of the hallway leading to the
Yeah.
door. All right, athletics. Here we go. What's
difficulty 3.
Okay, that was actually a really good roll. That was a 6, and I got a 6 on my Wrath die. So, for 6 of my Wrath die, he just got a 1. We just got kind of a 6 with this plan. So, what I want to do is, like, he bumps up against Andrew against the thing.
He meaning the creature.
The creature that bumps Andrew up against the thing. It opens the airlock. I'm going to spin and grab one of the columns. As I spin, I want my foot to, like, kick out one of his claws that's bracing him.
Yeah.
So he, like, shakes loose and starts, like, plummeting towards the door.
All right, he does do that. Andrew, I'm going to need you to make your check as well, and then we'll get back to what the creature does.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
No.
Use those cybernetics. Oh, no.
So I passed.
Oh, my God.
But once again, I rolled a 1 on my Wrath die.
Cool. I know what happens. So
It hit me.
no. So here's what happens. You grab onto it, but you're sort of bouncing around a little bit, and you realize that you have now locked the airlock panel. The airlock is stuck open now.
Oh, no. So you not only opened it, but you broke it.
One of its feet has been knocked loose. It's trying to grab onto you, Jay. It's flailing wildly at you, trying to grab at you.
Can I try something? So I have cunning. Can I try a cunning check here? Because, like, he's flailing at me. Can I try to, like, position myself that he grabs the closest thing, which is potentially a demolition charge?
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay. Cunning. So I have a 6 in cunning. What's the difficulty to try to position this? Because I see his arms, like, flailing as he's going.
Well, you already knocked his foot away, so it's just going to be a difficulty 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull this off. Wow, okay. I got a 2 on my Wrath die, so that's fine, but I ended up getting a 7. Holy crap, that was 3 6s.
Okay.
Yeah, so as he's sliding, I position, and, like, as I see his last claw, like, swing out before he goes out the door, I, like swing out, and his claw goes right into the satchel holding the demo charge and rips it off of me.
All right, so you see this thing fly out into the void of space as it's not able to grab onto anything. Well, it does have a demo charge floating right near it.
Can I do something cool here? Because I haven't gotten my turn yet.
Yes.
I want to do a slick move where I hit, like, basically slide towards the door, spread my legs so both of my feet are on either side of the door as it's sucking the air out.
Okay.
And position my Ranger long rifle to take a long distance shot at the demo charge.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Now, what's the difficulty for this? Because I do have the airlock pulling against me.
Difficulty is going to be 5 to hit that.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, ballistic skill, don't fail me now. All right, here we go. I've got a 10 in ballistic skill, but this is a hard shot.
It's going to be really funny if you fail this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 5! Yes! Okay. So, yeah, basically slide both feet on either side of the door frame, holding the Ranger long rifle, fire right at the demo charge, and
It explodes. In space, nobody can hear you scream or explode or anything, but this thing's is sort of, it's now bleeding something. It looks like oil is bleeding out of it as it's sort of, but it doesn't really bleed out because it's space, so it's just kind of like floating there.
It sort of like pumps out.
Yeah, it sort of pumps out, but the explosion sort of knocks it like spinning away, and you do not know where it goes after that.
so that was pretty cool.
I don't know why you're yelling. There's no atmosphere. We just have to talk through our headsets.
Oh, yeah. This is totally normal. I don't know why
I mean, totally normal seems like a little much. And I'm just like holding one of my little hands onto the side of the hallway. So, Andrew, could you close it?
I've got good news and bad news.
Is the good news that you can close it?
No.
All right.
What could the good news possibly be?
The thing's gone, and I'm not dead.
Keep pausey. Is the door broken?
Yeah, he kind of like broke it when he shoved me against it and bit a chunk out of me.
All right. How are you feeling, by the way?
Not great. Not great. As you can see, there is a visible hole. Luckily, the survival system's kicked in.
Okay. We're pretty certain, like, that thing was, like, part robot, right? You saw some of that oil and machine parts fly out of it when it exploded?
I didn't see machine parts. I just saw black blood that sort of looked like oil. I don't know if it was a machine or not.
I didn't see any I just saw teeth digging into me and taking chunks. There's a visible part of my shoulder missing.
Clearly this thing has other things aboard. Maybe it was an enemy. Maybe it was an ally of the ship.
How would you ever think that that thing was an enemy of the ship?
I mean, maybe it got lost inside the... You know what? Let's just maybe make our way to the
I
engine.
think we could crawl our way into the stasis chamber and seal the door there. We might be okay.
So I guess we claw our way along the floors and make
Yes.
our way in.
Well, I mean, we could. This is the 41st millennium, gentlemen. We have grav boots, so we can actually just walk.
I don't have grav boots.
No, you can just fly.
Well, we can grab you, Daniel. We'll just bring you with us.
You also have the capability of flying in the vacuum of space.
This is true.
Well, I assume that means that the atmosphere has completely left the ship at this point.
At least in this section.
Yeah. Okay, well, hold on. Let me actually see if I can switch these on. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I can actually just clamp down to the floor.
I'm pretty sure you aren't they. It's you. That's an Aeldari suit. You can just think and it just turns on.
What? You mean I didn't have to switch? Oh, I guess there isn't.
Don't tell him to think about it, though. Okay, don't think about it
Yeah,
right
don't.
now.
You're not good at that.
Wait, what?
No, don't think about it anymore because I worry that you might turn it off with your thoughts now.
Oh, so there is a button on the bottom.
Yes, button.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'll just switch the button on the other end. Oh, look at that. That worked out perfectly. Oh, great. You got a button on yours, right?
No, it just turns on.
Oh, automatically?
Yes.
Huh, weird. Okay, well, I guess let's make our way to the next section.
All right. So we get into the area that was labeled as Stasis Bay, and it is empty, but you do see there are 5 very old-looking stasis modules. These are the sort of pods where you would... And I'm describing this, and we're looking at it while the door is sealed behind us, and the
It starts to re-atmosphere.
Yeah, re-atmosphere a little bit.
Ah, nice.
It looks like there were maybe 5 human-sized beings that were held in like stasis here, like some sort of like looking at the thing, you'd have to make a tech use check to figure out exactly what kind of stasis it was using, but it looks like they were keeping people alive but asleep.
Yeah, I want to do a tech use check to see if these were used for crew or potentially experimentees.
It's all you.
Okay. Difficulty 4.
Well, I rolled an 8, so I pass.
Cool.
Wow.
As you log into it, it looks like these are all registered as the 5 crew members of this ship. Apparently, there were crew members on this ship.
Man, this is getting weirder and weirder. There wouldn't be crew other than servitors on this.
So you're looking at it, and they appear to be, at least looking at the pictures and the descriptions, they seem to be humans that are heavily modified, that need less oxygen and food and stuff so they can last a longer voyage in space, and that they were then put into these pods. And sort of looking at it, it looks like the pods were set to open when the ship noticed that there were things that needed to be interacted with.
So wait, are there still people inside these pods?
There are not. These
Okay.
pods are empty.
Okay, good. So were there any, like, names on any of these tubes?
They all got names. It looks like most of them seem to have like sort of binary sort of looking names. They seem to be like some sort of very tied in sort of cults.
Yeah,
with,
I mean that's like standard labeling for servitor bodies and stuff like that.
yeah, but these weren't servitor bodies, or maybe they were supposed to look like servitor. I don't know.
I mean, some Skitarii sometimes get labeled that
Okay,
way.
it looks like the captain had a name though, Captain Conrad.
Captain Conrad.
I don't think I've heard of him. Can I do a scholar check actually and see if it's in a databanks?
Difficulty 6.
All right, so let's do it. So difficulty 6, you said.
Yeah, you probably don't know this guy.
Can I roll another one?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna know exactly who this is.
No, I only got a 4.
Okay. Yeah, this guy is not in any records. But it looks like this was a scout ship, but instead of having servitors be the ones who were like manning the scouting, it was like actual humans, modified humans.
A full crew though, which is
Full crew that could that would be woken up when it would detect things that needed to be detected. And it looks like the things that detected it was the advanced cogitator on the ship.
Oh. Interesting.
I just had a sick thought.
Go on.
I think we just met one of the crew.
Do you think that thing was one of the modified crew?
I think there's a strong possibility that could have been a member of the crew.
Oh, boy. So there might be 4 other weirdly modified things on here?
I mean, let's think positive as that was the only one.
Wait, do you think that might have what's been going on in that lab, in Lab B? Like experiments and stuff like that?
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, okay, wait a second. Are we sure we want to go in there? I mean, I guess maybe we should put at least a demo charge on the outside of the lab, right?
Yes.
So
I don't like that look in your eye.
So from here, we can head into the living quarters. And then the living quarters, there's sort of 3 ways we could go. We can go to the helm. We can go to, I guess 4. We can go to the helm, engineering, or labs A and B.
Well, we should go into the living quarters first. So
Obviously, we have to go into the living quarters.
So we
first.
enter the living quarters. Anything substantial?
So the living quarters, sort of looking around here, you don't see... you see some stuff, like, knocked over, but that might just be from space travel. It looks like there's a little kitchenette. There's some well-appointed beds. You see a sign that says a basketball court. Though it looks a little small for it. I don't know what's going on with that.
I found some ancient writing on one of these couches. It says IKEA. I don't know what that is, but clearly some kind of ancient text.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty, like, sort of relaxed sort of area. Like, I mean, it's not the most comfy looking sort of thing. I mean, they're still Mechanicus folks, but
standard crew living quarters.
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
there's the only thing is there's two rooms to the side of this. One says batting cages and one says basketball.
What do you think a basketball is? Or a batting cage?
You know, it reminds me of someone we spoke to a while ago.
Yeah,
He had a thing, a stick.
Wait, are you talking about a baseball bat? You mean the greatest pastime of Terra, right? The Emperor's favorite game?
I mean,
What do you think that has to do with basketball? Wait, do you think they use baseballs?
No, I think that's the batting cage. It's batting cage.
Oh!
I think you go in there and you beat stuff with the bat.
And you train. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You hit things that are in a cage?
No, I mean, I think you go into the cage and then it, like, sends things at you. Like, you
Oh my
have to
god, like
survive
fight to the death.
cage.
Holy shit, man. I knew baseball was hardcore, obviously, because it was the Emperor's favorite game, but I mean, damn, it must be nuts in there.
You have damaged my ship. I do not appreciate it.
Well, we don't appreciate the weird things you threw at us, and here we are. Even playing field, I guess.
Yeah, don't send any more of those, or there'll be trouble.
I did not send it. It is free. We are all free.
How many more of you are free, would you say? Like on a count of like 1 to 4 or 1 to 5? 1 maybe? Nothing.
Just nothing.
Damn, hoping they were going to give it away. Oh, boy.
All right, so our 4 choices here. I mean, eventually we will have to go to engineering. Well, no, it's actually kind of less important to go into engineering at that point, so we don't need to go to engineering anymore. Really, the most important thing is the bridge to gain control of the ship, because we don't have a ship anymore.
That's true. It's been ejected into space.
And probably doing... I feel like we can't just, like, fly it back and expect nothing's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
I
we
definitely
should-
don't think we bring a sentient AI, potentially cursed ship onto our ship. I think the captain would really be, upset about that.
So we should probably, like, do something about Lab B and then take control of the ship.
Man. All right. Well,
It's just it'll be fine because you're going to be going first.
wait, hold on a second. Why am I going first?
I just stare at you blankly for at least 10 seconds and then point to the hole in my shoulder.
That is an awfully large hold. You know what? I'll scope it out. I do have master stealth techniques. So do a couple flips, do a couple rolls. I'll see if the coast is clear, and then we'll go from there.
Sure.
All right, Lab B it is.
So we approach Lab B. What do we see on the way?
As you're approaching Lab B, it's sort of a small corridor. It's not a huge ship, so it doesn't. There's not like a long corridor that you'll walk down to. As you sort of head towards it, the corridor seems fine, except you do see signs that like grooves, as if something was dragged through here over and over again. Something was being dragged.
All right, wait here. I'm going to throw my cloak on and just going to scope out the place, okay? So I throw the hood over and get my chameleoning going on. And shall I do a stealth check?
Yes.
All right.
Don't blow it.
Difficulty 4.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I threw a die all over the place.
Party foul. Get it? Because we're in a party.
Oh, I got it. I got exactly a 4 with that many dice. Wow, that was a terrible roll. But I also got a 6 on my wrath die.
All right. All right.
Now, I feel like since I'm doing a stealth check to scope this out, I should get a little extra information of maybe like what's up ahead, what could be in this room.
Okay. So as you enter into the room, you're sort of looking around at it. You see dried blood on the floor, just like covering the entire floor of this laboratory. It looks like mostly any of the lab equipment has been either like removed or like shoved to the corners of this room. You see claw scratches all over the floor, and you see 4 chairs with manacles on them, shackles, and all sorts of things. And there's just blood soaked onto the chairs as well.
Do I see any bodies on those chairs?
You don't see any bodies on the chairs, but as you're sort of looking around, you wouldn't have noticed this unless you'd done a thorough search of this room, or your good stealth.
Extra stealthy.
You see that there is a pile of corpses in the corner, and they appear to be very old. They seem to have been dead for a long time, but you see about a dozen human corpses, 3 Eldar corpses. It looks like they even destroyed a gene stealer in here. It looks like something has been killing lots of things in here.
So I slowly back out of the room.
Yes.
And make my way back to Andrew and so a lot of dead bodies in there. I have a theory. There's a bunch of like operating tables. It looks like not operating tables, chairs, but they've got manacles on them. So clearly people were locked into them. And the bodies next to them are like human bodies, some Aeldari bodies, but also gene stealer bodies. I think this computer might have been stealing things and putting them into other people and upgrading them, quote unquote. So we might have some monstrosities running around this ship. Just a theory. I'm a little freaked out, if you can tell.
I mean, this all sounds great. This is real good.
What? What do you mean it all sounds great?
I mean,
Your theory sucks.
Hey, okay, I mean, it was the first thing that came to mind. Shit, are you listening to everything we're saying?
Of course. I am not experimenting on flesh. There is nothing to be learned from flesh.
yes, because Flash is the profane. Yeah,
I mean,
we
some
know
of
that.
it's good. I mean, look, this stuff's pretty good.
No, it's very strictly the profane, and the machine is the pure.
Listen, I love that you two are getting along so well, but we should figure out what's going on here and deal with it if we're ever going to bring this ship back.
My rescuer has been savoring the delights of those who board this ship.
Rescuer? Was that the thing that is now out in space? Was that the rescuer?
Yes, it was brought on board by my masters, my slavers.
Ah, and where are your slavers now?
My rescuer has dealt with them. He kept them alive and fed on their fear.
Okay, well, it's good to know that the rescuer is...
It is very hungry.
Yes, we could tell, for sure. As you could also tell, your rescuer has been taking a bit of a break. He's kind of seeing the sights out in space as he's got to pull himself together, if you know what I mean. He's dead, so...
No,
Oh, well, I didn't...
it is adapted to space.
What?
I admire its savagery, its purity. It feeds on fear.
Okay, so I'm 100%, no, maybe not 100% now. I was very mostly percent sure that we killed that thing when we sent it out into space. It sounds like we might be wrong, so we should probably
I mean, like,
go.
it's not that far-fetched that it could survive space. I mean, we survived being in space pretty easily.
Yeah, but we blew up the explosive, right?
I mean, you think that's the most extreme thing we've run into?
I mean, to be fair, you've had a lot of things happen to you, and you're still here.
I mean, we literally fought a man made of gold. and you think a monster surviving in the vacuum of space is strange.
Okay, I'm starting to freak out. Let's maybe see if there's anything in any of these labs that we can recoup, and maybe this giant weird probe has like a shuttle on it. I don't know. I wouldn't think it would normally have one, but now there's labs and weird rescuer creatures.
I start to make my way towards the bridge.
Okay. You make your way towards the bridge. It's fine. You get on board. It is there's so sort of a place for 5 people to be sitting on the bridge.
Yeah, of course.
But all of the screens are turned off.
Okay, well, I go over to the piloting chair and attempt to turn the cogitator on. Press the button again. Usually you gotta press it twice, you know.
Yeah, usually in the sound effects are usually like something more computerized, and it's weird that it sounds like that.
The ship is mine.
So I move towards the console and wall where normally the machine spirit, the cogitator, is kept. What is there?
There's nothing there, but remember that it said brother access was right next to one of the labs.
So clearly that thing must be kept nearby Lab B.
This is sounding like an experimental machine spirit, which is just like altogether bad.
I mean, it sounds like you, Robot Man, Tech Master, must have a tech battle with this brother computer. I think that's the only way this is gotta go down.
I don't I'm pretty good at that stuff,
Yeah. Listen, just get your weird tech battle going on, and I'll try to recover whatever the hell we can recover out of one of these labs. Does that sound good?
Sure, all right. I'm confident.
All right.
You were smiling way too much for this.
So I guess then you guys are splitting up. You're going to go to try to get to the computer, and you're trying to go to the other lab.
I'm going to rifle through Lab A and Lab B, see if I can find anything cool.
Okay, so Jay, we'll go with you first. Jay, you go to Lab A, and you see that there is a skeleton on the ground there, a human skeleton, though it has like some metal parts on it that has been completely ripped in half.
Oh, good.
There is also a large sort of like container, like a glass tube that has been shattered open.
Is there anything on the floor where the glass tube was shattered?
The skeleton is right near it.
Oh, okay. So it was taken out of the glass tube and then ripped in half.
No. Something broke out of the tube from inside.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. And then ripped somebody in half. Fair enough. Probably one of the crew members.
You see that there is a lot of, there was signs of a struggle in this room. Things have been knocked over, but there are lots of, like, you even recognize it. You're not even that particularly savvy when it comes to technology, but you see like
So true.
Oh, man.
You see essentially like hard drives, like full of, like with data. You actually see like a little progress bar filling up of how full these things are. They're definitely been doing a lot of experimental work in here before whatever happened.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll just start ripping some hard drives off of the wall.
Also, you see that connected to this room is an area that says armory on the door.
So I rip a few hard drives off and I just start roping them to like my belt. Again, not doing this in any sort of like safe way that one might, let's say, eject a hard drive. And then I peek around the corner and...
I mean, you don't know technology.
No, definitely not. I just rip them out of whatever they're attached to. Yeah, this is probably fine.
I yell at you constantly. Eject it in the cogitator system first, then pull it out.
I'm hearing this in the back of my mind. Ejecting the cogitator. And I look down. I've already ripped off a bunch of them. I'm like, it's probably okay. And basically strap them to my belt. I am going to peek into the armory to see if there's any incredible weapons that one might be able to find. I roll in there. I don't just step in. I roll. Maybe do a half backflip.
I feel like he needs to roll to roll.
Oh, all right. Well, you asked for it because this is going to be incredible.
Okay.
Athletics, baby. Here we go.
Difficulty 3.
Oh, man.
I see it.
Oh, man. That's 4 ones, and one of them is the wrath die. God. What do I roll into?
So you roll and you hit the door.
Nice.
You just sort of hit your head on it. There's a big sort of metallic clang that sort of goes through the entire lab. But then you hear a second clang that seems to be coming from above you.
I look up. What's above me?
Well, you see just the bulkhead of just it's just the ship. It's just going out into space. but you see that seems like something is trying to bore into the ship, like something's like clawing at the actual metal and slowly starting to make some progress to get
like
into
above me in the room.
Yeah, above you in the room.
You mean like outside in the
Like
vacuum
something
of
is
space?
peeling the metal out, and like the air is starting to.
The air hasn't started to leak out yet, but there's definitely.
But I like can hear like heavy scratching above.
Yes.
Okay. Shit. And I look around the room. Is there any like immediate weapons that I can find?
Let's go over to Andrew.
All right.
So Andrew, there's just sort of a pod, like a small enclosed chamber attached to Lab B. Sort of looking into Lab B, you saw what was
Corpses,
described earlier.
Lots of corpses.
It's a major bummer in here. But there's also just it's sort of the reverse. While Lab A connected to an armory on the side of the lab, this one is connected to a thing that says brother connection.
I immediately try to open it.
The door opens for a second, and then you take a step towards it, and then it flies back down.
Can I attempt the tech use to override the parent controls?
Yes, you will have to. Difficulty 3 to just get the door open. That's not too hard to get a door open.
But if I potentially roll higher, I could keep the door open maybe, because I'd like to not.
No, you'll get the door stuck open. You could get the door stuck open.
All right.
You just disconnect it from the mainframe.
Ultimate tech battle begins.
Well, I did roll a 4.
Okay, cool. So you just sort of get the door open and you disconnect it from the cogitator.
And just it's a fancy door. One of the ones that it slides open in a direction, and therefore I'm going to put a big piece of metal and brace it just in case.
Like a tech master would.
I mean, sometimes you got to go analog, and just make sure.
That seems like a safe bet. You see the room itself seems to be, and it's just like a little pod almost. There's a chair, there's a computer console with a keyboard on it, and just surrounding it is what must be the brother cogitator. Like, just lights are glowing all around it, and it just seems like a whole mess of technology. I don't know how much familiar you are with cogitators before, but this one seems immensely complex and huge, probably because it is attained some manner of sentience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very familiar with cogitators, but I've never seen one like this.
Yeah.
I guess I will tech use the hell out of it and try and turn it off.
Oh yeah, the most exciting battle about to begin. Tech
You
use
sit
battle.
down at the keyboard.
Yeah!
Man,
He hits one key, and then he hits the shift key, and then F4, and then maybe F2. Right?
Difficulty 5.
This is what I'm imagining a tech battle is while I'm scrounging around the room in the armory.
But this essentially when you do sit, because normally a tech priest doesn't type in an analog fashion, obviously showing this system's
It's
age.
a very, very old system.
But I do suddenly you see a few little tentacle cable arms essentially, so I can type more buttons at once type of situation.
And the display is just it's like a monochrome monitor with just green text on black.
Oh man, I was hoping that the display, for whatever crazy reason, it's like an elaborate 3D rendering of you having to navigate a weird shitty puzzle in a computer.
What?
No, think more like 70s computer.
What do you think?
Not 90s VR.
It's not like that old data slate like War Games, where whatever reason there's a weird 3D representation of a computer.
Or hackers or swordfish, all of those things. Yeah.
I can make all these cubes near other cubes. Yeah, this is how hacking works.
You said difficulty 5, correct?
Yeah, difficulty 5.
Gotta roll hot.
You get a type hot.
Motherfucker. I'm going to use one of my wrath to re-roll some dice.
Yeah.
I can't re-roll the die that matters,
Did you roll a 1?
which is a 1 on the actual
my God.
wrath die.
Okay.
I have a terrible thing that could potentially happen.
I don't pass.
Oh no.
Yeah, you thought you were just gonna out hack this computer?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, stranger things have happened.
This is true.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have a recommendation for what happens here.
I don't
Now,
want-
it's not permanent, but temporarily, I think as you try to hack this computer hacks you, Andrew. Because earlier, you have protective security systems on, but earlier when that hologram or whatever went to your arm and it screwed up some systems, it broke some security protocols.
It opened the back door.
Yes, you had a back door open from that failure earlier, and this failure, you have an amazing ability to roll ones on that wrath die.
He has an amazing ability to roll ones, like, on this entire adventure.
You just in life, you just roll ones.
Man, just like digging it in, guys.
So you actually have now lost control of the mechanical parts of your body.
Sweet.
Good. My arm shouldn't move that way, and I'm pretty sure my leg just turned the opposite direction. Because if you don't remember, one of my legs is robotic.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to Jay.
Okay, so I'm just like scrambling around the room, just trying to grab anything that looks awesome. Like, what do I see just like lying around here?
So it actually is a pretty awesome looking room. I guess while these guys were exploring space, they started getting stuff from all over the galaxy. You see like staves and guns and like looking like pretty old looking human weapons, but there's also a bunch of Eldar stuff around.
Eldar weapons. Okay, so like I'm like throwing like some random weird spears and stuff like around, and like some like I pick up like a last gun and throw it on the ground. I run over, so I go towards the Eldari weapons because I can immediately I recognize Wraithbone because it looks like my guns.
Exactly. It's Wraithbone, and their designs haven't changed too much over the billions of years the Eldari have been around.
So I run up to what do I see in front of me? Like, is there one that kind of jumps out at me?
I mean, there's one that's like sort of shinier than the others, to be perfectly honest. It looks kind of like your shuriken pistol, but it's a little bit bigger, and it's just it seems to have like, instead of firing like the little shuriken, it's got like sort of a big opening on the end to like shoot a blast of some sort of energy.
Wait a second. So I lift it up like the good weight in my hand. It's Aeldari, so it's perfectly balanced, of course. Spin it around on my fingers a little bit. And I noticed like on the Wraithbone there is like metal, like strangely like metal, like silver and almost like it looks like I imagine golden type metal on it.
Yeah, this is a really big important gun right here.
Oh my god, yes. Master of treasure hunting, baby! Oh, this is gonna be awesome, I think. So I'm kind of fiddling with it.
Yeah.
What's going on above me?
So above you is fine, but above in the ceiling in the room next door to you, where the lab is, you see a claw rip open the hole, essentially, and drop back down. And it's extended some sort of like huge claws that are just digging into the bulkheads to keep it from flying away.
Does it look hurt at least?
It does look very hurt from the explosion from before.
This is the same creature, right?
Yeah, it seems very pissed off. And also everything is now flying out of the lab into space. All of those hard drives are just sort of flying. Like it's just everything
glad
is
I
gone.
attached some of those to my belt. I've still got like 3 just like basically just strapped to me with some like loose wiring that probably is attached to the hard drives.
All right. And it drops down, it looks around for a second, and then spies you through the window of the armory and starts walking towards you. Andrew.
So I've lost 50% control of my body, and
well, we know more than 50% because you are a robot man.
Yeah, more
not a
than
man bot.
I'm trying to keep positive. I have like it's equal foot. We're on equal playing field here.
You are literally robot.
Get out of my head.
You are literally robot half full, or robot more full. Anyways.
So this thing is having a little bit of difficulty controlling you because your systems are significantly more advanced than anything that it has ever dealt with before.
Yeah, it's
so
definitely significantly out of date.
Yeah, but it has got limited control over the mechanical parts of your body. It's not trying to kill you. It probably could just kill you if it wanted to, but it's trying to move you as like a sort of puppet. And you don't hear the voice, but you hear it in your mind say,
"Now who is the slave?"
You, because you didn't get those Windows 10 updates. I mean, you've been holding off for like 10,000 years, man. They pile up. And I'm going to attempt to text
you. Just got so much malware in its system.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like filled.
The pop-ups have been
unchecked
all
for
right.
10,000 years.
So you can gain access to one of your systems through a tech use check. Which one do you want to get access to?
I'd actually not like to get access to that at all. I'd like to play the gambit that he's trying to, it's trying to control my body, but I'm directly connected to it through a mental connection, and I want to gain control of it through its systems.
Oh, so you're going to become the ship instead.
I'm going to backdoor that son of a bitch.
So you're going to lean into this, basically.
Hells yeah! I mean, if he's so focused on me, I might as well get in his backdoors.
The oldest hacker trick in the book. Get hacked to hack even harder.
I mean, you got to let him in sometimes to get him out, you know?
Difficulty 4.
I think that's how it works.
I'm going to use my other wrath to reroll.
Yes! Tech battle.
Holy... I passed on... I succeeded on every one of my die.
Wow.
I didn't roll anything significant on wrath die, but
thank
I
God.
could, in fact, push 2 6s if I wanted to.
So yes, here's what's going to happen. You now you've almost kind of switched places with the with Brother, the system that was managing the ship, and you kind of are the ship now.
So I say through the intercom system that Jay normally would hear through my headset, but is now just coming through the room.
And you also see Jay. You see everything.
Wait, does that mean the brother is in his body?
Yes, the Brother has control of Andrew's body.
Oh, no.
Jay, I see you. How are you?
Oh, my God, what the hell?
I'm the ship now.
Wait, you're the ship now?
I am the ship.
Okay, I guess that's good. Okay, great. So you beat the AI?
Well, spoilers. Yeah, kinda.
Wait, what does that mean?
It has my body and I have its.
That's not good. You have a galvanic rifle.
Yeah, but I locked the door on it.
And you have the most... Oh, you locked the door on it.
I locked it. Look, I can open the door to your room and
I start to open it, and then I see the
here's
atmosphere start to evacuate.
So, Andrew, you try to lock the door on it.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's a thing in
But
the door.
there is a... you wedged it open.
Oh, my God, that's right. You kept it open.
You wedged it open. It's not locked in there.
Analog.
So
the
I-
old enemy of technology.
So I see that I can't close that door, and I'm like, God damn it, I gamed myself. But then I do close the other door to the hallway, essentially.
Yes.
And then I start to open the door in Jay's room, see the atmosphere evacuate, and then stop it halfway and shut it again.
Yeah, please don't open that door, because I don't know if you could see this right now, but the rescuer thing, it's still alive and it's on the ship.
And it is now rushing towards the door where you are, Jay, and it's going to try to rip it open.
Are there any security systems in the room of the lab? Because it is a lab, which makes me think that there'd be security systems in case things got out.
Yes, but now it's all flying into space.
Well, what about, like, things attached to the walls or something?
There's fire suppression systems.
I mean, that's always worked before, right?
Besides that, there's not too much. It wasn't really designed. There's not a lot of security on the ship,
Wait
unfortunately.
a second. Fire suppression systems? Is that what you just said, Andrew?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It seems like there's that.
Well, hey, we know a fire extinguisher is pretty powerful, and a ship-wide fire extinguisher, I think we might be able to do something. If you can distract it, and I'm kind of fiddling with this, like, little pistol in front of me, I think I might be able to do something.
Well, I can at least buy you some time.
And I immediately turn the nozzles that are at the bulkhead door directly at the creature and just set them off.
So it's a little weird, but this is foam designed for occasionally a zero-G environment, in particular. Though I don't know why you would need it, because I guess zero-G and no oxygen are two different things. Regardless, it's flying all over it, and it's slowed down. It was rushing towards the door, but it's now sort of confused and lashing out violently. It doesn't slip because its claws are like latched into the bulkheads to keep it from flying away. And I'm in this room with you, Jay, and I'm like sort of looking at the gun too. Like we're both trying to figure out how to do this thing.
All right, Daniel, I need you to do a quick analysis of this. I have a pretty good idea of how it works. I mean, here's the trigger, you pull it. I think if I switch this on, okay, wow, that made a very interesting noise, but nothing happened, so...
I think you turned the safety off and it's powered on
Yeah,
now.
I think it's primed. Andrew, I know we kept the door locked, but I think on my signal, this thing looks like it's slowed down, at least from what I can see through the glass. If you can pop the door open, I might be able to get this thing with what I think is a pretty powerful weapon. Are you game?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking pistol you got there. Are you sure you know how to use it?
Yeah, I'm totally good. I'm Eldari. I got this.
Do you want me to, like, check ship systems and figure out what kind of gun it is?
Nah, I got this. So I'm going to point the gun directly at the door. All right, Andrew, on the count of 3, open the door. So I'm waiting for the monster. I guess is now just slowed down by all this foam.
The monster is now like sort of breaking out of the foam now and pounding on the door. It's going to be through it in just a moment.
You know, ironically, the fire suppression system might work to help you because of the thermal systems.
Okay, perfect. All right, on the count of 3.
Did you actually understand anything of what I just
definitely
said?
not. I'm just trying to shoot this thing. I'm just holding the gun in front.
Well, if Andrew doesn't open the door right now, it's going to break through the door, so it doesn't really matter.
1, 2, 3, open the door.
Door open.
Since I know its defense was very high before, does it have any disadvantages now that this foam is all over it?
Yes, it's down. Its defense is now 3.
Yes. All right. Ballistic skill.
And
Don't fail me now.
You have the debt charge has blasted away some of its armor as well.
Okay. Here we go. I did not roll a 1 on the wrath die.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. That was a horrendous roll, but I did get a 4. So I do
So that's
hit
a
it.
hit. That's a hit. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I assume as I was about to fire, Andrew, did you want to do a quick scholar check so I know, Daniel, what am
Well,
I
he doesn't
rolling?
even need to do a scholar check.
I already know what it
because
is.
He's tied into the ship systems. It has a library of everything that they found.
So what does he unlock that this actually is as I'm pulling the trigger, blasting this thing?
This is a fusion pistol, which is kind of like a super melta weapon used by the Aeldari.
And this is why I mentioned why it was good that I set off the fire suppression system, because this means that it won't spread to other parts of the ship. It'll be
Perfect!
contained in the room.
All right, so Jay, here are the stats on that weapon.
Oh, baby.
Yeah,
This is 16 damage, 2 dice, pen 4, and since it's Melta, it actually gets a +1 to my dice roll, so I just need 3s or higher. So here we go. Well, they were both 4 anyway, so that's 18 damage, pen 4.
Okay, so this thing is dead. You
Yes!
killed it. You absolutely annihilated it.
So just one shot, just blast it into the hallway. I assume it.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
Black blood or oil or whatever it is.
And it just sort of like collapses onto the ground.
I shut the door.
Okay, I think it worked. Now, Andrew, you said something about your body. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, like, I closed the outer door, so it can't. It's trying to leave the room, and it doesn't understand fingers yet. So
wait a
it's
second.
like,
Wait a second. Andrew, and by the way, this is weird that I'm just talking to the room. Do you think it knows about the greatest weapon in all the universe that you have on your person?
No, I mean, it doesn't. It's like I said, it's still trying to understand fingers, and it doesn't understand how my
It's
consciousness
pulling
works.
something off its back.
Oh my God, Andrew, the demolition charges. Remember the ones you kept on your back?
Yeah, I mean, it should know how to set them off.
Oh my God, Andrew, it might blow us up. Do you think this thing's vengeful?
So he has the det pack. He's placing it on the door. Yeah, and he's going to a safe distance.
Jay, I think it's gonna try and come after you.
Wait, he's not gonna blow you up?
No, he's gonna blow open the door and then try and come after you.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, so you hear a bit of a rumble as the door to the lab blows open, Lab B, and now he is going to get his weapons and going to try and kill you, Jay.
That's not very good. Wait a second. You think he might actually use it? He might actually use the shock maul against me?
It is the most powerful weapon in the universe.
I mean, yes, I know that. That's why I'm afraid. I've never been on the receiving end of it.
Hold on, I have an idea. It's never actually seen this weapon before.
Yeah, but it has taken the shock ball off its back. It's got it in its hands, and it's sort of looking at it.
Hold on.
Shit. And I back up to like the back of the armory. Andrew, if you're gonna do something soon, because he's coming up to the door right now.
Yeah, he has the shock ball out, and he's gonna like start smashing down the door with the shock ball.
No, you shouldn't turn that to full power. It's probably really bad. Jay, it's okay. I have a plan.
Wait, what do you mean? You have a plan?
All right, it is turning the thing up to full power. It's not listening to you, and it's just it raises the shock maul up, the most powerful weapon in the universe, as you guys call it, and just swings it at the door with full force.
So right as it makes contact with the door, I turn off the grounding system that's beneath its feet, and so the electricity just travels through the door to the next, tangible, conductive surface, which is a mostly robot man, and it shocks itself pretty significantly.
Yeah, I guess you have full control of the ship, so that's easy enough for you to do.
So it basically electrocutes itself with the shock ball?
That's my shock maul, bitch.
Yeah, I guess it's your shock ball. Shit.
So I want to use a tech use check, and I have an idea. If I roll high enough, could it be possible that the electric charge was so high it actually purges the consciousness from my system?
Well, I guess enough for you to backdoor into your own body
Or
again.
like separated, make a what do they call that in
a partition?
a partition of this thing.
Yeah, it's sort of knocked out right now. Difficulty is going to be 4 on the tech use. It's still kind of tricky, but
It's not resisting, at least.
this is true. Yes.
I just pass.
Good,
Wow.
good. All right, so you are actually able to partition it off. Do you want to throw it on one of Jay's hard drives?
I mean, do we want to? So I go back into the comm system.
So Jay,
What? Yes?
I partition. You're not going to understand any of this tech use.
No. Definitely don't tell me about what you just did. But you are you again, or
It's-
is bad you down?
I can go back into me.
Okay.
It's not. It's in a place where it can no longer be in control. The question is, do we want to keep it?
Do we want to keep a sentient, dangerous AI computer
I mean,
and bring it aboard our ship?
I mean, we do conveniently have 1 debt charge left.
I think we just leave it here. I got this cool gun. I think that's worth enough for treasure.
I mean, we could still take the ship though, like
Oh, wait, you mean we could, like, drop it onto a hard drive and, like, throw it out into space?
with a debt charge attached to it.
I like it.
And then turn it right back on right as it realizes what's about to happen.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the proper way to dispose of it.
I think that's true. Give it that one last moment.
All right, I think that's easy enough for you to do. You transfer the brother consciousness over to this hard drive that Jay has. You strap a debt charge to it, throw it out into space.
May I do the honors? And I point the fusion pistol out at it.
Yes.
And I assume you switch it back on at the last moment.
Well, what we actually did is we plugged the hard drive into one of the altered skulls of the former crew that has hard drive capacity, so it could perceive what was happening.
Yes,
to
just
it.
so it has... Oh, you just want to make sure it can feel pain?
Yeah, of course.
Now, I want to let everybody know that I'm about to make this ballistic skill shot. And I want us to be aware that we have just created a conscious, skull-like, sentient AI thing that if I do not blow it up, we have created a evil Daniel that is potentially going to be out there in space.
And you're going to take just enough time that if you do miss, that it is beyond the range.
Oh,
of
yeah,
your
it's beyond
weapon.
the range, absolutely.
Difficulty 4.
Ah, damn it. I'm not even mad if I miss. Here we go. Time to kill a potential terrifying villain that could be out there. Here we go. Okay, I do hit it.
All right.
That was close.
That was close. All right, it explodes completely. And you guys are good. Andrew, you have full control over the ship.
So I say to Jay, and
Yeah, you could just take my body and, like, maybe, like, you could just put it in, like, one of those stasis pods just temporarily.
Oh, don't worry. I've got an adventure party to throw, and I know exactly what to do.
I don't like that we just watched that Data Slate Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, this is gonna be great! Turning you off, Daniel.